Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a really big question, one that kind of gets lost sometimes in the day-to-day noise. What actually defines a successful life, a meaningful life? Because let's be real, the usual stuff, wealth, fame, it doesn't always equal feeling genuinely fulfilled, does it? So we're doing a deep dive into a fascinating source today. It's called the Yellow Book. It roughly means something like the distinguished by yellow or the one marked yellow. And here's the thing that makes it stand out. This isn't another book about, getting rich quick or becoming famous. Not at all. It's really this distilled collection of ideas on how to live a life that truly matters, down to the core.
Exactly. And what's compelling is how it offers these life lessons that often, well, they challenge how we normally think about basic things. Things like kindness, how we view time, our attitude, stuff we might take for granted. So our mission here really is to pull out the surprising insights, the facts that make you stop and think, to help you, the listener, maybe rethink what success looks like and understand how really simple, small actions can build up to profound meaning in your life.
Yeah, think of this deep dive as your shortcut to getting clued in on these, frankly, transformative ideas. We're aiming for a conversation that's hopefully insightful and maybe even shifts your perspective a bit. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the Yellow Book kicks off with this message that sounds simple, but it's got layers. Kindness is never wasted. Now, what's really interesting is how the book digs into what that really means.
It is fascinating, yeah, because it totally flips the script on how the world often works, right? That whole what's in it for me attitude. And the book doesn't just say be kind, it shows it through really small examples, actually, like just offering a genuine smile to someone you pass on the street, or giving a real compliment, helping someone out with no expectation of getting something back. It frames these not just as niceties, but as real acts of human connection, significant ones.
Right. And then the book drops this kind of counterintuitive idea about kindness, that its biggest reward, the most profound one, often comes back to the person giving the kindness, which makes you wonder, okay, how does that work? Is it just feeling good for a moment? Or something more?
Oh, it's definitely presented as something more. The book talks about it almost like, well, like it changes your inner state. It describes this reward as this deep sense of purpose, like it clarifies things for you and a stronger connection to others, to humanity, and its inner fulfillment. The book argues pretty strongly that this feeling is something money just can't replicate. It's essential for a truly rich life, beyond cash value.
Okay, so kindness reshapes our inner world. Then the book turns to time. We all know that saying, time is money. It drives so much of our culture, that hustle. But the Yellow Book really challenges that. It suggests time is, well, way more precious than money.
It makes a really sharp distinction. Money, if you lose it, you can often earn it back, right? You can rebuild. But time, a moment passed, an hour spent, it's gone forever. You can't get it back. It's the ultimate non-renewable resource. Every second spent is a final choice.
Wow, that distinction really does hit home. It makes you stop and think, okay, am I really spending my time on what matters most to me?
Right.
What feels important deep down? When you think about your own hours, through that lens, what jumps out at you?
And connecting that to the bigger picture, the book pushes us to ask, are we investing our time? Investing it in things like relationships, work that actually feels meaningful, personal growth, or are we just trading it away? For stuff that doesn't bring lasting joy, the core message seems to be the real value isn't in your bank balance. It's how you spend your hours. Deliberately. Joyfully.
So we've looked at kindness, we've looked at time. Now the Yellow Book tackles life's curveballs. Because let's face it, obstacles happen, they're unavoidable. But the book presents this really powerful idea. It's not what happens to you, but how you choose to react that defines things, defines you. Okay, let's unpack that a bit. What does that mean in practice?
So the book really emphasizes that your attitude isn't just some mood that washes over you. It's framed as a conscious choice, something you actively decide on moment by moment. It's about finding your agency, even when things feel completely out of your control.
And it uses stories to show this, right? Not big dramatic ones necessarily. I remember reading about simple tales, little anecdotes that show how things like gratitude or finding humor in a situation or just being resilient, how these things can genuinely transform tough situations, make them bearable, maybe even positive.
Exactly. It leads to this fundamental choice the book presents. Do you see life as just one problem after another? Or do you see it as a series of opportunities? Opportunities to learn, to grow. Now, some might hear that and think, well, that sounds a bit simplistic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when facing real hardship.
Yeah, and I don't think the book ignores hardship. It's more like it offers tools like reframing how you see things.
Right.
Tools to navigate those challenges with a sense of control, even when the external stuff is tough. And the big takeaway, the really freeing idea, is that happiness isn't something you just find out there. It's not a destination you arrive at. It's something you decide, an active choice you make again and again. So let's talk about the yellow in the yellow book, that color symbolism. It seems to stand for clarity, warmth, but also simplicity, right? Cutting through the noise.
Right. Living life in the yellow, as the book calls it, isn't just about tidying your house, though that might be part of it. It's really about decluttering your mind, your expectations, even your emotional baggage. It's a whole philosophy for simplifying your outlook,
Yeah.
getting rid of the extra stuff to see what's truly essential.
And it gets specific about what to prioritize in this yellow life, like valuing experiences more than stuff, more than material possessions, and explaining why the joy from experiences lasts while the thrill of buying fades. It also talks about putting people before your own ego. That connection matters more than being right or important, and focusing on what has real, inherent meaning, not just superficial things.
Yeah, absolutely. If you boil it all down, the whole philosophy is really an invitation to consciously slow down sometimes, to pause, reflect, and to actively, consistently choose to prioritize whatever brings genuine, deep joy and purpose into your life. It's about making clarity and warmth your guides, basically.
Wow. Okay. The Yellow Book really does pack a punch, doesn't it? So many profound ideas. It feels like it goes beyond the usual self-help stuff, really pushes you to refocus on what truly matters, often in unexpected ways, not just getting swept up in the everyday grind.
Absolutely. And that's what we love to explore here on The Deep Dive. We really believe books like this aren't just things you read. They're catalysts. They're tools for living a richer, more intentional life.
So thinking about everything we've discussed, the power of kindness, valuing our time, choosing our attitude, that yellow simplicity, here's something for you to maybe mull over. What's one small, simple action you could take today? Just one thing inspired by these ideas to bring a bit more kindness or wiser time use or a more positive outlook into your own life. Something to think about until our next deep dive.